attendees go to www.hollywood. Hollywood.
Is it hollywoodshow.com?
Yeah, it's the hollywoodshow.com. Okay, anyway, this is a magnificent career that you're about to hear. And my dear friend and co-host has asked if he could have the privilege of introducing and interviewing this lovely lady, and I said, you certainly may. So, Eric Hines, here is Arlene, and she is all yours. Well, I don't know if that's what I meant, but anyway.
Arlene Martell, yeah!
Hello, Eric.
Hello, and now Arlene, for our listeners out there, of course, we remember you from just the dozens and dozens and dozens of appearances you made in TV shows that we have loved throughout the years. You earned this nickname, though, because you were so diverse and able to characterize yourself in so many different character roles. You earned this name, the Chameleon. I mean, how was that, being this kind of character actor that can change like a chameleon?
Well, it was very disconcerting to my husbands, who never knew who they were going to be facing in the morning. But to the general audience, I think it was startling to this is what I encounter anyway. Someone will come over when I'm signing autographs at a show, and they'll say, wait a minute, you played Consuelo in The Outer Limits? That was you? Yeah, I never had a publicist in those days, so nobody put the name with the face.
Well, I had the same exact response, Arlene, when I saw that you played in The Twilight Zone as the stewardess in 22. It was shocking to me because I've seen both roles as T'Pring on Star Trek and also as the stewardess in 22. And boy, you couldn't find a more diverse look for you.
I know. It's just the way, I guess, you could consider it a blessing if you're Meryl Streep and have had that kind of career and people say, oh, look how versatile she is. But when you haven't had the build-up to that, you're unidentifiable. I come across, well, I know the face, but the name, or I know the name, but the face. You know, it's very important to connect the dots.
Well, and you're giving your fans a chance to connect the dots coming up at the Hollywood show, where they get a chance to see you in person and sign pictures with you and take photographs. I mean, this is a real opportunity for people to really get to know you a little bit better.
Oh, I'm so excited about it as well. And to be at the same show with Robert Conrad, that was really, really a blessing.
Thank you. I'm going to tell you right now, interrupt you. The only time I'll interrupt you, but thank you for saying that. It's very kind of you, sweetheart. Okay? Thank you.
Well, it's
thank
true.
You. Well, thank you. Anyway.
I have very wonderful memories of the show that we did, especially that kiss.
Hey, baby. Ooh. Don't ever forget.
Good kisser.
Hey, don't ever forget that. Don't ever forget that kiss. All right, here's
Eric. You don't mind if I spread that word?
Spread anything you like. Here, Eric wants you again. Okay. All right, Eric, you can have her.
Well, now, Arlene, for our listeners out there that don't know much about your history, starting off at a very young age, you're brought up in the Bronx, and you kind of had this, dare I say, this kind of like fairy tale thing happen to you at the age of 8. Why don't you tell our listeners a little bit about it?
Which part of it?
Wow.
The first love in my life was James Dean, who used to call for me on his motorcycle. I went to the School of Performing Arts, the school that the movie Fame was written about.
Oh, yeah.
And so that was the first tremendously exciting part of my life. And then I worked on Broadway, and in those days you did summer stock, so I did summer stock for 2 seasons. And then I married a man who said, let's go out to Hollywood because that's where the work is. And, you know, although you're interesting looking, I don't feel badly if you don't get work because you're not what they consider pretty. I said, okay, if you say so.
Don't go to sleep tonight.
As it turned out, I worked constantly.
Yeah.
It was just nonstop. And that lovely fellow had more difficulty getting work. In fact, he has a resemblance, still has, to Robert Conrad.
Ah.
He's very handsome.
Very dashing-looking man.
Thank
you. Yes.
Thank you.
Can I pay you a compliment, Arlene?
Please do.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Everyone who's seen you, in the appearances you made on TV, when I watch TV with them and you come on the screen and they say that she has the most striking, beautiful eyes of any actress back then.
Thank you.
That was your trademark.
Absolutely.
I've been crying this past 2 weeks because my little dog that I rescued 12 years ago, passed on, and from heart failure. So my eyes, I don't know. I've just looked in the mirror, No, they look like they've been crying.
Oh, well, we're sorry to hear that.
Thank you
Arlene.
for that compliment.
Well, now on a much happier note, of course, for our friends and fans out there, if we do want to catch up with you, Arlene, we can go to the hollywoodshow.com website and purchase tickets to the event. Now, when is the event?
The event is I'll be arriving on the 19th, and then that's a Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday I'll be there as well.
Oh, excellent. And, of course, fans could drop in. Now, I know that you can get tickets online to the Hollywood Show. It's April 19th through the 21st at the Westin L.A. Airport. You can go to thehollywoodshow.com and get your tickets there. I know there's great deals. They're very economic as far as getting tickets and getting in the door. And you get to meet just so many stars in one location.
Everybody you've ever seen and or wanted to see.
Absolutely. And we're excited to see you there, Arlene. And we're glad you could take time to join us today and tell us all about it.
Oh yes, well I'm eager to see who shows up, and it's wonderful to meet people who know all about everything you've done. They can even quote lines from shows that you've done that you've long forgotten.
Arlene Martell, we're glad we can catch up with you, and we look forward to seeing you the weekend of the 19th.
Oh, definitely. Look for me. I'll be there.
All right, sweetheart. I'll see you there. I'll be the short, good-looking guy with the gray hair.
Oh, okay.
All right, baby. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much.
That was Arlene Martell, guys. You can go to hollywoodshow.com and get your tickets. And me and Jennifer Horn actually went online to look for tickets. And, very economical, guys. You guys can pick up your tickets and spend a day with the stars or spend 3 days with the stars if you want to. So go to hollywoodshow.com and check it out. And, Bob, you've actually done one of these Hollywood shows before. You had a good time. A lot of friends and fans alike got to see you in person and have a great time.
Yeah, it's a fun show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice people. Now, going back to something we talked about earlier. All right, may we?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, to whom it may concern, Bob Conrad, we are the undersigned do hereby demand, please, that upon the commencement of the new season of the Wild Wild West have demanded the following: no beards, less makeup, neat wardrobe, doubles when doing parting parts. Stuntmen hereafter is referred to as artists. All calls will begin when the camera rolls. Stunt artists will not be bothered by Charles Scott. He was the first assistant director. Okay.
Yeah.
No absolutely standing in for Charles Scott. He was first assistant. And no absolutely standing in for Charles. Dressing rooms to be furnished for each stunt artist.
We'll continue when we come back.